everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3 with this Bavarian campaign. So for the 4th episode we have winter and we have a siege. I thought I would go unmolested during the winter because it's normally not a campaign season, but the Austrians of course aren't that far away from our border and they have gone across and attacked my capital. Lucky for me, I built a fort, one of the first things I did. And this is a fort multiplier. Jon Snow should take heed from this. Place your army inside the fort, not outside it. Although I've placed a few troops outside. The light infantry is placed outside. With that said, let's go ahead and... No, not just fight, just yet. What I want to do is, since the enemy has a tendency to run around the fort a bit, let's make sure that we at least have a little group of these Jaegers on either side to make sure that they don't just open up the gates. So it's quite a sizable Austrian army. It's actually a full stack. Full of all kinds of nasty crap. Troops and whatnot. And it's gonna be a tough fight. And it's kind of gonna... I think it's gonna be a tough fight to the point where it's probably gonna break us a little bit. And we might not recover in time for campaign season once the snow has lifted. There's quite a few cannons they've got as well, and quite a few troops. I believe they outnumber us with almost as many as 1,000 men. They have a lot of troops. However, I have a fort. And hopefully that will make sure, or that will equal, that we will be able to hold out here. 15% already! I guess I'm used to... Damn. Rifles, open fire, and rifles, fire. Okay, they're running straight for us, which I don't really like, even though it is just Jaeger units. I guess they're just charging the wall. Yeah, they're just charging straight towards the wall. Right, now I have no intent to... Shit. I had no intent of... Crap. Trying to save my Jaegers. It might have been better to put them on the wall. Jaegers inside right now. Grenadiers to the front. And we need the general here to make sure that my Jaegers get through. So I've placed most of my men on the front walls. Which might be a mistake because we've got loads of these Austrians trying to get in on the sides. Okay, so they have put... I was about to say ladders, but they haven't put ladders there. This unit's actually redundant in this area, given how many what's it called? Troops we have here. And we're gonna move these guys away because, well, there's no point having them on the wall if the walls are about to break. Now I think the bug is still in play. Oh, the Austrians are in through the gate. Still in play that if I actually tell these guys to go down from the walls after being on the one of these parts when it breaks down, that they will receive like mass casualties. We'll keep an eye on this one as he leaves. Could be the same for this one. Nope, they survived. That's great. And we seems like we only got that small Jaeger company being able to sneak in. And we were able to send them off. Okay, so they've put a Jaeger company up here, which is charging in. So I still want the Grenadiers here, but this Bavarian line infantry can hurry over to this side and try to deal with them. The Austrians, after defeating my Jaeger companies, completely defeating them, have skedaddled. However, I imagine that they lost quite a bit of troops in the process here. And so far, one of the big things that the Austrians had for this army was that they had tons.
Onwards! The fort is falling.
They put the bloody Jaeger company there. Right. I'll send you off with a bit of cavalry. Oh, you did not think about that, did you? I could have used canister, but let's send in the cavalry to wipe them out. Since they've already climbed here, let's put this unit here to guard at that area. And oh, the Austrians are climbing over here. However, they're still firing on this part, which means they could very well break it while these idiots are still climbing it, which would be superb. Right, they're sending lots of troops over here, so definitely need to reinforce this side. And then we might want to think about getting the cavalry outside and possibly charging in and breaking up these units if we see just a little bit of a hint of these boys breaking. But as you can see, there's tons of them. It's going to be difficult. Right, so it seems, if we look at the map also, where they're moving the most troops. They have a few troops on this side. We have this troop trying to climb. It's not doing too well, especially since this part is about to get blown up. Most of the enemy is over on this side. So I'm thinking we'll send the cavalry out this side. And we'll need to reinforce this side of the wall. Okay, they're climbing here as well. There's no point in having the grenadiers here if there's nothing to guard against. Grenadiers to the wall. I have loads of cannons at the ready down here as well, so we can spray them with canister. This unit is not actually doing that well. I'll have the general move over just to aid them. I imagine this bit is gonna break pretty soon, or hopefully these guys will break before my men do. And at the same time, it's full commotion over on this side. Jaeger unit has been broken. Let's see, my cavalry unit's out yet. It would be nice to actually charge these guys down at this point, given just how kind of broken up they are. What are the Austrians trying now? Continually fighting my men over here. I'm hoping that they break down this portion of the wall pretty soon. Okay, my cavalry's out, and I guess we'll have a cavalry fight. Cavalry on cavalry. Their hussars riding along the wall. Light cavalry versus light cavalry. I outnumber them, so I should be victorious in this fight. I was actually a bit worried there when I saw the red of the Austrian, because the last campaign for Napoleon Total War 3 I did was as Austria. So I was a bit worried there, like, oh shit, is my unit gonna rout? And then I remember, wait a minute, I'm Bavarian. So have the general come back. Haven't we sent those guys off yet? Let's have this unit move out here and see if they can shoot maybe a little bit on these guys. Looks to be going pretty well during the siege, though. The enemy is not able to capture my walls. I would hate to think what have happened if this was actually a land battle with all these Austrian troops. Right, finally the enemy cavalry was dispersed. And thoroughly killed as well, because there's only 16 of them left. Now the cavalry to organize behind here. And what? Some bloody Austrians got through. And they got my cannons. General, just move away a little bit. And can we get canister firing that way? I don't know, it seemed, I guess the canister fired by the cannons were all as absorbed by those protective walls. Which could be... Oh, no, it worked if they fire straight through there. Ooh, Unfortunately for me, the enemy just moved away before... otherwise, that would have been a really nice canister shot, wouldn't it? Also, I saved my cannon over there, that's good. Stupid cavalry take forever to get out of the door. Jaegers, onto the wall. All my troops up here firing back. See if we can break these. Got tons of troops down here. Troops down here. It's taken a while though, but I think since they are without cavalry support, I think it's mostly as both units. I thought it was mostly the smaller one. See about sweeping these guys away. Their morale is not too good. Half this bloody unit was inside my walls a second or two ago. And seems like my cavalry units having a hard time to actually find the enemy to attack. Guess we'll have to defeat this unit some other way. Light cavalry to the charge! My men were quite tired as they reached here, and as we can see, they were unable to actually break the enemy formation in their charge. Which is not great. Like, break through it in the charge. Oh, we shot one of our own. But also, we shot theirs. This unit's actually trying to get in, is it? Both cavalry units broke. I imagine it was friendly cannon shot that broke them, which is just great. Also these bastards over here. I'll send both of these units over here to deal with the enemy over at this gate. And then I'm wondering, I need my cavalry back to win this, because I don't think it's gonna go too well if I start marching my troops out of the fort. So far, the battle hasn't dragged on for that long. I'm hoping these guys rally before they get to the edge. But that might be too much to ask for. Yes, they're back. Lucky me. Right, the Jaegers are dealing with these guys. They're not doing too well. You know what? Man these two cannons.
Our men are running, sir.
I'm hoping that 3-pounder survives. It's great that you just shot the ground. at slow pace start advancing on these, and you will advance over here. We'll see about dealing with the enemy. Making sure we get rid of them. You know what? Both of you onto that cannon. So now we've got 4 cannons firing on them. Should be enough, I imagine, to break them. The firefight here has gone on forever, with seemingly no one claiming victory. Well, I imagine we are claiming victory because they are losing tons of troops just by looking at everyone's they get shot down over here. They're reforming, I guess, to face us. So the volunteer hussars will charge, and the enemy is unable to close their ranks. We're able to infiltrate it. Units kind of split in two, and it's gone. Right, with that, let's not try to make the same mistake as before. I think we just did. Yes. Now the cannon shot went in, team killed some of the hussars, and they're routing. See if we can chase some of these guys down just to get some extra chevrons. Could possibly make sure that these guys hold a little bit better. Never mind that. I guess the important part is not to squander them on the infantry, but to go for the cannons. Get rid of the cannons and we've won the battle. We have quite a lot of it. And then they've got the bloody Archduke over here. Maybe I should limber up one of the cannons and move that out of the fort. Given that the enemy is mostly just holding up on the front, meaning these units could move out. Same with this. So we'll attack out with these, and we'll have general over here. And everything will go nice. Right, these guys are broken, which means that I can move out even more units. Everyone who's not firing is moving out. The cavalry is going to go around, attack the enemy, and yes, you guys are back. Send you over here, and the battle has been won at this point. I have a hard time seeing how the Austrians are going to defeat me. However, we didn't defeat the Austrians as thoroughly as one might have hoped we would. So the Austrians will still have quite a number of troops left after this battle, which is going to be quite unfortunate. What? Ah, okay. So the bug persisted because that was the unit that's crap. And basically everyone died in that unit. Well, that's great. Lost a unit due to that bug. What's this? Got a bloody big regiment over there. Cavalry regiment. Ready to sweep us aside as we get close. Hide in the dead ground. I should do fine. Okay, these guys are ready. I think this one's ready. So we'll have this one advance towards the enemy. Ah, there's another cavalry unit. And a rather large one at that. I think it's big, and it's probably big enough to even break a square. just straight into. Doesn't matter too much if I lose this unit, because it's one of the auto-generated ones.
Our men are running for.
I guess if I kill all the infantry units, we will win by the pure fact that they will have no way of getting into the fort. It would be nice though to kill off the cannons. Let's see if I can move this one. Someone said that I should try to use the same tactic as I did in my Imperial Destroyer campaign. So we'll see about doing that. Having this Bavarian foot. Ah, they're moving to face us. It's still actually firing up towards the wall, I believe. No, they're firing at us now. And they're charging. Who will win? The reserve line infantry regiment or the grenadiers? The captain was shot. And they're broken. Follow up with a counter charge and see about getting as many of them as possible. Oh shit, I sent on. We're being sandwiched over here. I didn't think they were gonna send these guys in. That's very unfortunate. But they kinda left the cannons. Shit, they're coming here now. Into square immediately. Oh, they have even more cavalry? Shit, they have tons of cavalry. Jaeger to the sides. I think we could break these if... oh, we need to form another square. Because the more cavalry is coming up here. So there's 4 cavalry units, and there's the really big ones. I'm surprised though that the enemy hasn't lost yet, given the fact that they still have 1 reserve line infantry regiment. That's what's keeping them alive in a sense. They were actually able to break this square, more or less. They're done for. Oh, if these guys continue forward, I could go down and swipe the cannons away. Nice. So give those cavalry units a thorough beating. And now there's another one on the way. Moving straight for the squares. This square I will move, try and get in a better angle. It looks like the cannons are actually firing towards this unit, because I saw a hit right here. Yes, they are firing. If I turn up more to the flank, could possibly do it. They're broken. Nice. And hopefully they don't come back. Ah, shit. They're, I don't think... Yeah, that didn't go too well. They were able to swivel around 360 and get rid of us. All I need to do is get the infantry unit, and then we won. Hopefully before they break down any walls. You know what? We will advance on these cannons. We'll break them where they're at their strongest. Oh, look at that. The general is moving into us. Wonderful. Because if I kill that bastard, then, as Shrek would say it, it would be all ogre. Could someone please shoot him, given that he's straight in front of you? My cavalry unit's actually back. I wonder if these guys will dare to charge. Oh, we just shot tons of our own there. Great. Form into square. Deal with that general. Oh, and now this wall has been broken down. Someone kill that general. How hard is it? He's been riding in front of your guns this entire time. But so far no one's been able to shoot him. So if I hide the cavalry, what we'll need to do is we need to force the cavalry unit to charge. Because if I get close enough with these guys so that the cannons start shooting canister, it's kind of too late. A little bit too late there, General. I saw your move. Come on, now he's right in front of you. Hopefully that disturbed their morale enough. This could go nasty, just walking straight towards the bloody cannons. Because they will start to fire canister pretty soon, I imagine. However, I'm hoping to sweep in with this cavalry unit just at the same time. Ah, crap, they're moving. And especially not that great forming square right in front of that, but with the cavalry charge, there's no way of getting around it. However, I'm pretty sure these guys will break in their own charge, and my cavalry can go in and take out the cannons. Worst possible position to form a square right in front of the enemy cannons. If you can break all the cannons, that would be nice. Before you forced to retreat.
Our men are running.
No, they broke just by the force of that charge. However, I'm pretty sure that I've dealt with the enemy cannons. The other two squares are holding. I'm just gonna make sure that we kill enough of these to make sure, yeah, that cannon is not coming back. Nice, we broke both those Hussar units, but now there's another one coming in. We've got enemy unit right here. Let's see if we can deal with him. This battle dragged on for way too long. The squares need to support each other. In the long run, I'm not until... Oh, it's my grenadiers. They will probably hold. And now when this line will open up, hopefully. It will all be hunky-dory. And that means I can send my cavalry to deal with the last cannon over there. Maybe not right in front of the firing line. And this reserve unit is actually charging. Bye-bye, cavalry. Turn around. You will form a line next to these guys. And you will charge down the cavalry. I mean the cannons. You know what? Let's hold fire. Wait until as many people as possible are reloaded. And then give them hell. It would be nice if the entire unit would fire. Grenadiers will countercharge. My cavalry stopped right in front of the cannons. I make the mistake quite a few times, but the thing is, if I actually click on the cavalry to attack the cannons, I will basically alert the AI to what I'm doing, and they will turn to fire. Right, we are victorious. The fort is a little bit on fire, but they didn't manage to break it, which is nice. And hopefully I took out quite a few of their units. However, they took out quite a few of my units. I haven't won yet though, because the general is still on the field. So we'll be forced to kill him. And then I can call it quits. Oh shit, that's why there was an entire Hungarian Hussar unit left.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Now you should break. I mean, there's no way for you to win at this point. Why are you still here? You can't get in through the walls because, as far as I know, they're all mine. Yes? There we go. Nice. Right, let's go to the campaign map now. And here we have the statistics of the battle. So they deployed about, what, 800 men more, roughly. They lost a big part of their army, leaving only 837 men left. However, they took quite a big chunk out of our army as well. And we lost almost exactly half of our men. So we lost half of our force while they probably lost about 2/3. Something close to that. So it's not a super great battle. So I'm very definitely it was really great that I built those walls. Right, it's actually the enemy turn, so I'll let them go through their turns and see what happens. So, let's take a look at what's going on the campaign map then. So, I do hold 2 territories, which is great. However, oh, this is a reserve unit. I mean, the upkeep of the reserve unit is 173. The money I make from the province is 360. So it's not like this is a super important province. I'm wondering if it's better to switch it out to a magistrate instead of having as it is now. It actually plus 8 for the tax if I have barracks, compared if I have a magistrate, which is plus 6. I will get 1 more happiness point though, so that would be the bonus. But the fact that I get more money from it is way more important. Looks like there are no other enemy armies close by, so I guess I can go out and destroy them in the field. Quite a few units were replenished, quite a bit. And then when we look at the diplomatic situation, I'm not entirely sure if you guys saw that, but Saxony declared war on me as well for some reason, which currently is actually at war with me and Prussia. So there could be a possibility there, because Prussia is now at war with Hessen and Saxony. Could be a possibility of me allying with Prussia, since we share the same enemy. Prussia, I saw Prussian troops were in here. I saw Napoleon was in here as well, but the Hessen is still alive. So I'm wondering if there could be a possibility then for a quick campaign towards Hessen and defeating them, pushing them out of the war. The problem with that is that the Prussian might declare war on me. But I guess we'll end it right here. I think by the nature of this battle that we'll go ahead and do that off camera. And what I'll show you guys is when we actually take on the Hesse castles. With that said, hopefully you guys enjoy this episode, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.